So here's what we know right now. Rob Reiner and his wife were both found no longer alive in their home yesterday afternoon, which was December 14th. And I say not found alive because I don't want to trigger any kind of bans or social media kind of algorithm reactions. It looks like uh, what happened to them was caused by uh, their son, who has a history of drug abuse and homelessness, mental illness issues. There's beyond that, it's speculation. Really, I know Rob directed a movie that his son Nick wrote about 10 years ago. It was semi-autobiographical about a person who has drug and homeless issues and had a very famous dad. I have not heard, as of I am posting this, not heard anything else of substance about the cause or the motivations and whatever ended up, actually happening. Sometimes these kind of Hollywood mysteries can, a lot of speculation can out, and there could be a lot of drama out there to further complicate the matter. In any case, that's really all that we know for sure. Now, another fact that it's not even related, as far as we know, to what happened is that Rob Reiner is a staunch liberal. I wouldn't even say leftist, just, liberal, but very outspoken and, does a lot of talking for the Democratic Party and benefits, and I'm sure donates a lot. Hasn't really, the man was nearly 80. It wasn't prolific online like some people who are about that age, hint, hint. And, nothing specific. I've not heard one quote that would be in the top 10 of anything anyone slightly left would say anything about the right wing or in general and the current president specifically. As you may know, that current president, Donald Trump, went online and essentially mocked and celebrated what happened. He kind of made it sound like Rob Reiner had it coming because he didn't like Trump, which I'm not even going to dignify any further. This isn't really a left-wing cause other than just blanket opposition to the current administration and everyone in Congress and all the supporters that support it. At a certain point, though, there is some form of common decency that, even if talk is cheap and, you can say something very provocative or, salacious or just something, powerful about current political movement. What Trump said was trashy, like the lowest, not the lowest. I mean, anyone with the least bit of imagination can really just throw some crap at the wall and just say something truly awful. There are some people who are actually pretty good at just being that kind of unpleasant, but it goes to what Trump said is exemplary of how deluded and narcissistic he is. First, there was no prompt for him to say that at all. He didn't need to post that. He just saw someone roughly his age, someone famous, maybe more famous than him at some point. I would say Rob Reiner for most of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and aughts was a lot more famous than Donald Trump. Just had some beef. And it's gross. I'm trying to put the words because, again, it's not something that we really need to campaign on as a political movement to improve things. It's not just about getting Democrats elected in 2026 midterms or even, winning the presidency in the 2028 general elections. It's an overall push to a more leftist ideal of how our world could work, how humans collectively could improve things. This has nothing really to do with that. It's just the current president is monstrous. Not necessarily in a powerful tyrant kind of way, but just in a gross, pathetic swamp creature kind of way. And a lot of right-wingers they're not necessarily defending it, at least not yet. They're still waiting for the proper instructions from right-wing media. I don't think they're going to get a coherent plan of action with the president himself. But because he already, like in a press conference or some public event, he pretty much just repeated and doubled down on his opinion. It's, but some right-wingers have said, I don't care about what Trump said because left-wingers were celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, I would like to see specific evidence. I mean, I know a lot of randos online, social media, made a lot of classless, maybe stuff worse perhaps than what Trump said. But the thing is, I'm not aware of any prominent liberals or leftists, anyone more that actually has a presence, let's just say famous for one reason or another, actually going as far. It isn't the same thing with, as pointing out bad things that Charlie Kirk said, or just saying, I did not like the guy. I am not aware of any politician, pundit, celebrity on the national stage doing that. There are plenty of randos online, and many of them are just there to say provocative stuff just to get attention. I myself do not think it was good what happened to Charlie Kirk. There's no benefit here. It shouldn't be treated as a martyr or some kind of religious icon that a lot of people on the right want to do for various reasons. It's just unfortunate. And what happened to Rob Reiner, also unfortunate, and did not need to be politicized. Well, Rob Reiner had political opinions. He was not, first and foremost, a pundit. He was not going around talking about politics. One of his most recent things he said was that he did not like people celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk. This was no reason, and it just shows how awful the president is. That's a bad thing. It doesn't mean he wants to start dropping nuclear bombs tomorrow or put, declare war on anyone who doesn't like him and start sending troops. And it kind of is. I don't think he has the intelligence or the huevos to really turn the government against the people in a lot of ways. I think a lot of Trump supporters really want it to happen. I think we'll just get a lot more of what's going on for the next 3 years, which is bad, but not the kind of dystopian nightmare that a lot of us feared and a lot of Trump supporters secretly hoped for. It's just how it is. Nothing really happens one way or the other. So it's disgusting. We should all, Christmas is almost here in the United States. just remember that Donald Trump, and by proxy anyone that supports him, are openly doing what is antithetical to what Christian morality would like to present itself as, what it believes in generally. I mean, it's a whole complicated discussion in its own right, but this behavior is not Christian. One would say anti-Christian. And it's something, again, and for all of us who are, any of us out there going to any Christmas parties or get-togethers with Trump supporters, definitely something to keep in the back of your head, to keep, if anyone wants to, not necessarily make light of Rob Reiner specifically, but just, celebrate just Trump in general, or just start arguments, as a lot of politically obsessed people like to do at family functions. Kind of use it to, get under the skin of people who disagree with them. Just remember this. This is who Donald Trump is, and this is not a surprise. This is not something that no one could have foreseen before 2024 or even 2016. This is just a heinous example. It may not even be the most heinous before everything is said and done. I think he likes doing stuff like this, and that might be part of why he's so awful and probably also so deranged himself. It's projection, again, talking about Robert. It bothers me. It's not a big political issue. It's not going to change the world, what happened and what Trump said, but I'm just bothered by it, and something to talk about, and I think we all should just keep that in mind when whenever discussing the president. Just gross. More to come.